I'll record it anyway. Okay. So there's one more girl that's supposed to come today, but we'll see if she makes it. All right. So welcome. You look so pretty. You too. You look so pretty. This is my mom.
I guess that.
And she just had
Cataract surgery.
cataract surgery. So
So I can see, but I can't wear any makeup. So I feel weird.
Yeah.
but you're beautiful. All right, so let's find a comfortable seat right here for a moment. If you can, sit cross-legged, do that. Oh, here's Carol. And then sitting up nice and tall, allow your eyes to gently close. And just start to notice your breath. Eyes closed, sitting up tall, just breathing right here, taking this time to land right here. Notice if you have some tightness in your shoulders, neck or jaw, you want to relax. We're just starting seated, Carol. Unclench your back teeth, soften the edges of your eyes, relax your hands. Soften the forehead. The expansion of the rib cage as you breathe in. The exhale, just letting go. Dropping. Filling up. Emptying out. And then as you're seated here, you can just begin to rock side to side, moving a little bit to one side, a little bit to the other side. Find the center line, and then you'll start moving front to back, just rocking slightly forward and slightly back on your sitting bones. And then take your body in a little circle, circling one direction. And then circling the other direction. Just gently moving, noticing any sensations in the pelvis, the ribs, shoulders. Come back to center, keep finding that center spot. And then softly opening your eyes. And if you want to keep the cross of your legs the same or switch them, you can bring the other leg in front for a change up. Open your hands together and just gently rub your hands together. Maybe just in one way or circles, just giving some energy into the hands, wrists. Nice job, Carol. Let the rub get a little bit faster, a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat. And then bring your hands right to the center of your chest. Feel your hands on your chest, the warmth of your hands, sensation in the hands. Eyes are they're gently closed, open them. And you'll take your arms out wide if you can. Sit up nice and tall, stretch across the wrists, fingers, and shoulders. And then carefully bring the right arm underneath the left, and you'll reach back to give yourself an easy hug. And you can let your chin move to the chest or draw some circles with the head, or look right to left, or rock side to side. Coming back to a center line, sit up tall, carefully open the arms to wherever they can go, reach out. And then you'll take the left arm underneath the right, opposite side, reach back to the shoulders, good job. And then you can move side to side or move your head in some gentle circles or half circles. Just being with whatever sensations are here. Good, and then stand nice and tall, release the arms. Bring your fingertips out to the floor next to you. Yeah, sit up tall and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the neck. I sometimes like to do a little movement, turning my chin down towards the left shoulder and maybe up to the right diagonally, but you don't have to. If you want movement, add a little. If you want stillness, just be there. You'll take it to the other side. Lift the head, keep reaching through the fingertips, and drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Adding any movement or stillness. And gently lift the head, stack it on the spine, keep the fingers where they are, sit up really tall. Okay, good, and then yeah, I like that. Walk your hands back behind you, and you can stay on fingertips or flat hands. Shoulder head straight back, opening through the chest, taking some nice deep breaths right here. Good, right? And walk it around to the front, and you'll start to take it forward. Just carefully coming forward wherever you can. Use your hands to gently walk yourself up, and one more time we'll switch the cross of the legs. So bring the opposite leg, the one we started with, back in front, and then walk forward again. It can be just a tiny movement, or it can get a little bit bigger. All right, slowly walk it back up. And then you're gonna take your legs and stretch them out in front of you. And pat out the backs of the legs. Then let's lay down on our backs. So we'll come down to the back. You can bend the knees, hold on, however you want to ease your way down. And then set your feet flat to the floor. You just bring your arms down by your sides and do a couple rocks of the pelvis. You'll point the tail down towards the mat, and then tailbone goes up towards the ceiling without lifting the hips. So pelvic rocks, just rocking, arching the back, and then trying to flatten the lower back. And just do that a couple times. Good, and then next time you lift the tailbone up, just let it continue. Lift the hips up off the ground. And then you'll slowly lower back down, trying to articulate through the back. So pressing like that low back to the mat, and then finding the arch, gentle rock of the pelvis. And then flatten the back, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips up, press the feet firmly down, and then lower down, trying to go one vertebrae at a time. Point the tailbone down, arch the back. I'll do a few more rounds of those. Press the low back down, curl the tailbone up, hips rise and then lower. So if you can really get that low back to press down and then arch gently. One more time, tuck the tailbone, slowly rise. And then lower slowly. And just let the body find a neutral spot on the mat. Like, oh, nice and neutral. And then right here, draw the right knee into your chest. And you can interlace your hands in front of the shin or behind the thigh and stretch the left leg out long on the floor. And then roll the right foot in a few slow circles. Or if it pops and does weird things, you can point and flex the foot instead. Switch the direction if you're drawing circles. Bring the foot to stillness, gently draw the thigh a little closer in, that gentle squeeze, maybe rock the leg side to side, a little bit of movement. And then set the right foot to the mat, we'll switch legs. You'll draw the left leg in and then straighten the right leg out. You can hold on to the shin or behind the thigh and start with the ankle rolls or point and flex the left foot. Good, and then go the other direction, just simply rolling the foot around the ankle. Let the foot relax, gently draw the thigh a little closer and move side to side. Just micro movements, a few inches each side, feeling into the top of the thigh and into the hip crease. Good, and then you'll stretch the left leg out alongside the right. So both feet out long on the floor, arms by your sides, and then flex your feet, pull your toes back. And take your left foot, slide it to the left, to the edge of your mat, and then slide the right foot to touch the left. Good, and then take the right arm overhead on the floor if you can, or right arm can cactus even. And you'll scoot your shoulders slightly to the left. Just scoot, scoot until you feel the right side of the body lengthening. And if you want a little more, you can even cross the right ankle on top of the left leg. So it's this gentle side body opening. You can even move the feet a little farther to the left if you want a little bit more. Just feel the gentle stretch from the shoulder to the hip. And then you'll wiggle yourself back to center, sliding the legs back in. Bring the arms down by your sides, relax your feet. Good, and then you'll flex the feet again. Pull the toes up to the ceiling, take the right leg, slide it to the right, just off the mat. Bring the left foot to the right to touch. Scoot your shoulders to the right, and then the left arm can come overhead or even like a cactus. Try to keep that left shoulder on the floor. Breathing into the left side now. And if you want more, maybe cross the left ankle on top of the right foot, but you don't have to. So looking to feel something start to gently stretch and open along the left side without a lot of force. Just breathing. Good, and then slowly bring your feet back to center. You can slide them, scoot your shoulders back to center, arms down by your sides. Relax your feet. And then bend the left knee, set the left foot flat to the floor, cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. And with your right hand, the top of the right thigh, gently press it away from you. Getting a little traction right there. And then we'll take a twist. You'll take your legs to the left. So you want the right foot maybe to land on the floor, or maybe it just is an easy twist. It's up to you. So however you want this to be, it's either a pretzel twist or foot to the floor. It's a reclined double pigeon is what this is. And again, that gentle stretch along the outer right hip. You might feel it. You can hold the ankle. Good. And then slowly release that, coming back onto your back, setting both feet flat to the floor, switch sides. You'll cross the left ankle on top with the right, flex the foot, maybe use your left hand to press the thigh away from you. And then let the legs move to the right. And you can hold on to the left ankle or come into that pretzel twist, letting the knee come towards the floor more, depending on what your body needs. Good girl. Really tuning in, listening to your body, moving from intuition rather than knowledge. Good, and then slowly come back onto your back, setting both feet flat to the floor, pause. Good, and then you're gonna lift the right leg up till it's parallel to the earth, so knee bent, like a 90-degree angle, just the right leg. And then use your right hand to gently press into the thigh and resist. So the thigh is trying to press to the chest and the hand is pressing into the thigh. Good, just like that. And hold it. Pulling the pit of the belly down, like feeling the firmness of the abdominal muscles. Good, and then you'll release that, set the right foot down, switch legs. Lift the left leg, hand to thigh, gently press and resist. Pulling the front ribs towards the mat, feeling the strong strength of your core here. So we're turning on those hip flexor muscles and deep core muscles. Good, and then set it down. And then you'll lift the right leg up again, and then lift the left leg up also. And then bring your, this is a little confusing, but left hand behind the left thigh, right hand in front of the right leg. So with the right hand and right leg, you'll resist like we were before. And with the left hand, do the opposite. Press the left leg into the hand. So this is a brain teaser. And hold. So the legs are trying to move in two directions. Good. And then switch. Bring the right hand behind the thigh, left hand in front of the left thigh, and switch. So left thigh is coming in, right thigh is pressing away. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug both knees into your chest. Good. Give a gentle squeeze of the knees into the chest. And then taking some frog circles here, just circle the knees away from each other and around in a circle. And you'll do 4 in this direction, 3, and 4, and then go in the other direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in, take your arms overhead, roll to a comfortable side, doesn't matter which one, and gently press up to sitting. All right. And then you'll come onto the hands and knees. We made it to all fours. Good job. And with your hands, spread the fingers, tuck your toes under behind you, and just gently rock back and forth. So getting into the fingers and the wrists and back into the toes. Rock back and forth. Nice. Just stretching the toes, the wrists, the fingers. It's okay if you can't go very far. It's okay. And then come to tabletop, nice and neutral, point the toes, and then slide just the right arm forward. So right arm goes out, bend the left elbow, lower the chest to the mat. And breathe. And then press into the left hand, come back up, all fours, and switch sides. You'll slide the left arm forward, carefully lower the chest down, feel that stretch underneath the left arm to the shoulder, maybe wrist and elbow, maybe rib cage, just breathing. Good, come on up, all fours. And then with the right arm now, you'll slide it under the left and take your thread the needle, coming to the side of the head and shoulder. Breathe into the side of the shoulder and the back of the shoulder blade on that right side. Good, and then press into the left hand and come back up, tabletop. And we'll switch sides, slide the left arm under, and the right wrist, come to the side of the head and shoulder. Breathe into the back of the shoulder and the shoulder blade and the rib cage. Just maybe the neck. Just notice what you notice. Deeply listening to your body. And then press into the right hand, come back up to tabletop. And then stretch the right leg behind you here. Ball of the foot on the ground. Press the heel away. Good. Spin the right foot flat. And the left shin can come behind you a little bit. Pivot it like a tripod and then open the right arm up. And then take the right arm overhead, palm to the floor if you can, and lift the right rib cage higher to the ceiling. And then return to all fours, hands and knees to the floor, tabletop. Left leg goes behind you, ball of the foot on the floor, stretch the heel away. Linda, and then when you're ready, spin it flat. Right shin can pivot like a tripod and open up. Breathing, and then left arm comes overhead, if that's okay, on the shoulder, and stretch the fingertips towards knee, lift the rib cage towards the ceiling. And then returning to hands and knees to all fours for some rounds of cow and cat. Drop the belly, lift the chest, stretch the gaze up towards the ceiling, and exhale, tuck and round through the pelvis and the spine. And if you want to take extra breaths anywhere you can, or kind of moving front to back. I love that, moving back as I round. Okay, for all those little pockets of tightness or imbalance, and trying to smooth out the rough edges. Very nice. You'll you'll make your way into child's pose. You can take your knees wider, big toes to touch, and hips sink back. And then just breathing right here. It doesn't get more grounded than this, right? Forehead to the floor, hips to heels, attention turned inward, like really letting yourself get grounded here and connected to Mother Earth, to your physical body. Good, and then you'll come back up to tabletop. And either downward dog or puppy pose. So if you want the weight bearing, arms forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward dog or puppy pose. You guys are all downward dog, good. And if you want, you can pedal it out, bending one knee and the other. I love that calf stretch right there. Just take a few more breaths, trying to get really neutral through the spine and pelvis and neck, whatever that means to you. So you're not overly tucking or overly rounding, or it's all this like neutral, like the middle. Not too much, not too little. Okay, walk your feet towards the middle of your mat. Walk your hands to your feet, ragdoll. You'll hold on to your elbows, drop your head, maybe add a small sway if that feels okay. Good, and then bend the knees, and you'll bring your forearms to your thighs. You're like in a little chair squat with the forearms to thighs. And then looking down, you'll reach the right arm forward. Right arm goes straight out. And then it's a windmill sensation. You straighten the right leg and twist open to the right. Right arm moves towards the ceiling. And then you'll come back, forearms to thighs. Right forearm to thigh, knees bent. Left arm comes forward. Straighten the left leg and revolve to the left. And then coming back, forearms to thighs. We'll do that again. Stretch the right arm forward, straighten the right leg, windmill open to the right. Good, and then come back to that chair, forearms to thighs. And then left arm goes forward, get long, and windmill open to the left. One more time each side, forearms to thighs, right arm forward, and then windmill it open towards the ceiling, straightening the right leg. And bring it back, forearms to thighs, knees bent, left arm forward, and reach and twist open. And then bring it back, forearms to thighs, and then forward fold. Drop your head, relax the arms, maybe shake out the head. Your back still bothering you? I know. Oh, your eye. Good. Okay, bring your hands to your hips. And then come on up to stand. Good job. And take a big breath in, reaching up. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good, and then arms come down by your sides. And we'll do a little bit of step back to lunge, little balance work. I'll talk you through all of it. So you're gonna walk up to the front of your mat. And then it goes inhale, reach your arms up. And you'll exhale, bring your hands down to your waist, to your hips. And then inhale, lift the right knee up. Just go real slow this first time. And exhale, step the right foot back. Warrior one, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bend and cactus the arms. Nice. Inhale, reach back up to the ceiling. Exhale, you'll draw the hands to the hips, lean forward and step forward, right foot to left. Good, Carol. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the hips, root through the right foot. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, step it back, foot flat. Inhale, arms rise if you can. Exhale, bend and cactus the arms. Good. Inhale, press it back up. And exhale, bring your hands down to the hips, lean forward, step forward. And continue. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw the hands down to the hips. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactusing, pulling the shoulders back. Inhale, press your fingers up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the hands to the hips, lean into the left foot, step forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw the hands down to the hips. Inhale, left knee comes up. Exhale, step back. Inhale, stretch your fingers up. Exhale, bend and cactus the arms, pull the shoulders back. Nice job. Inhale, stretch it back up. Exhale, lean forward, hands to hips, step forward, lean into that right leg. Last one each side. Inhale. Exhale, draw the hands slowly down to the hips. Inhale, right knee rises. Exhale, stepping it back. Inhale, reach up, left knee stays bent. Exhale, bend, cactus the arms, shoulders draw back. Inhale, stretch your arms up like pressing the ceiling up. Exhale, hands to the hips, lean forward, step forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, left knee comes up. Exhale, take that big step back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to hips, lean forward, step forward. Good. Arms down. How do you feel with your legs? Okay, good. And then right here, you'll step your left foot back. Turn your feet to parallel. The right toes parallel with the left. And then you'll turn the right toes back to face forward and bend the right knee and straighten the right leg. So now your hips are square towards the gray wall. And bend and straighten, moving into warrior 2 and out. Bend, sinking it in, straighten. Good, and then bend the knee and stay there, and you can open the arms. Nice, Carol. Good, and just breathe, try to ungrip your toes, spreading out your fingers, lift up into the crown of your head. Feel both feet working evenly onto the earth. Nice, and then straighten the right leg, relax the arms, turn the right toes in and the left toes out. And then hands on the hips, bend and straighten that left leg 3 or 4 times. Just moving in and out of warrior 2. Awakening the muscles. Align the bones, wake up the muscles. And the next time you bend, you're gonna stay and hold. Float the arms up if that's comfortable, and really integrate. Pull the shoulders back, expand through the chest and upper back. Get your feet. Everything starts from the feet. Straighten the left leg, relax the arms, turn the feet back to parallel, and then toe heel them in once or twice. Turn the heels in, toes out at diagonals. And then you're gonna bend down into your squat and straighten the legs and squeeze at the top, your glutes, your thighs. So drop into your goddess squat and then straighten and squeeze at the top. A few more of those. Just go straight down and straight up. Good. Down and up. So try not to lean forward with the body. So pull the shoulders back and stay nice and upright. Straight down and straight up. Nice job. 3 or 4 more, just keeping those legs nice and strong. Everyone feel these? Yeah. Okay, good. One more time. This time when you come down into your squat, you'll stay there. And then bring your forearms to your thighs and gently nudge the knees away from that midline. So goddess squat called Malasana. Nice job. Breathing. Good, and then you'll come on up, straighten the legs, turn the feet to parallel, and step it in. Walk in, standing in mountain pose. Good, and then we'll come into a little bit of balancing. So you can come up to the floor, off the squishy mat, or somewhere that feels okay. We'll start with standing leg raise today. So bring your left hand to your left hip, and if you need to hold a wall or bar, you'll hold it with your left hand. And then you'll lift the right knee and catch it in your right hand. So we did this at the floor, lying on the back. So you want to kind of imagine that same sensation. Shoulders, back of the head, imagine it on the floor. It's fine to hold on to something. And then take the right knee and open it out to the right. And seeing where in your body needs to do the work to counterbalance that movement. It's okay, perfect. Stand up tall. And then bring it back to center. And then set it down. And we'll switch sides. Bring the right hand to the right hip. When you're ready, lift the left knee, catch the knee or shin, standing up tall. So you want to squeeze the right glute, firm through the right leg. And open it out to the left. Bring it back to center and set it down. And then airplane. So arms by your side, pin the shoulders back, slide the right leg behind you. And then the hinge is from the top of the left thigh. Hinge forward, coming into airplane. Pull the front ribs in so the belly stays firm without holding the breath. It's called the transverse abdominis. It's like a corset around the middle. Engage the scapulas, squeeze them down the back. Good, and then come on up to stand. Maybe stretch the arms up for a moment, get really tall. And then bring your hands to your heart and arms down by your side. Shift your weight over to your right foot, slide the left toes back, shoulders back, hinge from the top of the right thigh, coming forward into airplane. Thanks, Carol. And then nice long breathe. Press out through that upper foot a little more. So get really engaged in the limbs that are up in the air. Good job. And then coming to stand, mountain pose, pause. And then tree, it'll be our final standing balance here. So rooting through the left leg, right foot comes up onto the left. Can be to the shin, calf, or inner thigh. And then your hands can stay together at the heart center. Or if you'd like to reach up or grow the branches of your tree, maybe a cactus. Feels good today. Maybe you're one of those gnarly oaks. You're a redwood tree, I don't know. Gently return the arms down by your sides, set the right foot down next to the left. And then we'll switch sides. Bring the left foot to the right leg. It's a tree. And the arm positions are welcome. Gently returning to mountain pose. Come on back towards the front of your mat. And you'll take a big breath in. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then step it back to a high plank position or tabletop. It can be hands and knees to the floor or straight legs, high plank. Very good. And then lower your body all the way down onto your mat. You'll put your toes behind you and you'll come up to cobra 3 times. So you can have your hands under the shoulders or sometimes arms wider feels better. Lifting and lowering 3 times. Pressing the pubic bone down. Squeezing the legs. Third one, you might hold it for a moment. And then lower down, make a pillow out of your arms. And rest your forehead and then bend the knees and windshield wipe the legs right to left. Gently return the feet to the floor, pause. Bring the arms down by your sides for locust. So palms face the ground like airplane. You'll look down, and then on your inhale, you lift up. So you lift the arms and legs. Gaze to the mat. Good, and then lower down. You can turn a cheek to a side or make a pillow out of the arms and rest. And then one more time, look down and locust pose. Inhale, lift up. Nice job. And then lower down, turn your other cheek if you can, or make a pillow and rest. Good, and then bring your hands back under your shoulders. You'll press up to the tabletop to hands and knees. Good, and then right here, take your right leg, and how do I face? I don't know what's the best. Take your right leg out to the right. So it goes like this, Carol, yeah, right leg out to the right, perfect. And then you'll start to move through some cow and cats right here, dropping the belly. Yeah, and then rounding. Nice job, and then come to neutral and slide the right leg in and slide the left leg out, foot flat, and move through cow and cat. Your own pace, your own way. Side might be different than the other. Your fingers kind of clawing the earth, you're pressing down into the knuckles, where the fingers meet the palms. Come to neutral and slide that left leg in. And then you'll come to your seat. So you can take your feet to the side, sit down, stretch the legs out in front. We're gonna do a little bit of strengthening for the quadricep muscles and a little bit of the hip mobility work. So you'll bring your left foot flat to the floor and hold on to your left shin. Good. And then with the right leg, you can flex or point the foot. You're gonna lift it up and move it out and in like a windshield wiper. Out and in. Yeah, from the hip if you can. And then keep it straight up towards the ceiling and 5 pulses up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Good job. Now stay here. Cross the left leg over the right. So you're knee to knee, and you just sort of lean forward. So hamstrings opening on that right leg. Couple more breaths here. And then come on up slowly and you'll straighten both legs out on the floor. And you can give a little pat if you want. And then when you're ready, you'll bend the right knee, hold on to it. And then flex or point that left leg, lift it up and go out and in. Trying to move from the hip rather than the knee. Hip out and in. Interesting, right? Good job. Point the toes to the ceiling and pulse up. 5, 4, this is all quad. 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Cross the right leg on top of the left and gently lean forward, opening up the back of that left leg. And then come on up. And you'll take both legs out in front with a little pat. You can move your sit muscles to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Hinge forward. And you'll bring your left hand to the outside of the right leg or the foot, if you can reach it, and twist to the right. Right arm goes back. Good, and then switch. So bring your right hand to the outside of the left leg or calf or foot and twist open to the left. And bring it back to center, walk forward and see where you can go in this forward fold. Maybe drop your chin to your chest, feeling the opening in the back of the neck. Maybe you feel it in the lower spine, or the hamstrings. Wherever you feel it is perfect. And then come on up slowly and carefully. And then we're coming to a pose called fish pose. So you'll come down onto your forearms behind you like this. And then legs active, start to lift the chest up. And if you can, you carefully drop the head back. And just stay there. Opening the throat,
front of the chest. If you need to come down at any time, you can. Push into the forearms, lift into the heart, breathing. Very easily sliding down onto your back. And pause, getting flat on the ground. Good job. And then we'll take a final hip stretch. So reclined pigeon, left foot flat, cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Pick the left foot up and interlace your hands behind the left hamstring. And maybe add a small rock from side to side. And then from there, you'll just slide the right leg down on top of the left, and then take the knees over to the left for an easy twist on that right side of the body. Right arm can be wherever it needs to be for you. And slowly coming back onto your back, uncrossing the legs, setting the right foot flat, left ankle on top of the right thigh, reclined pigeon. Pick the right foot up, interlace your hands somewhere behind the leg or in front of the shin. You can rock or move. And then carefully sliding the left leg down on top of the right. Let your knees go to the right. You can always uncross them if you need. It's a nice, easy twist. Left arm wherever it needs to be. Carefully make your way back onto your back. And then bring the feet together, knees apart for a reclined cobbler's pose or bound angle pose. Take a nice deep breath in the nose. Exhale out your mouth. And then if that feels good on your hips, you can stay there or stretch the legs out long, carefully, one at a time. Coming into Shavasana, coming into rest. And gently beginning to move your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles in a few slow circles. Stretch your arms overhead if that feels okay, moving in any way your body craves. And then gently roll to a comfortable side. And press yourself up to seated. Rub your hands together again. And bring your palms together at your heart center. Put your thumbs to your forehead center. Beautiful day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Carol, for being here. Happy Thanksgiving.